welcome to Kitty's Game Corner. So, with this new computer I bought, I have of course chosen a game that does not require a powerful computer, but instead because it was an indie game. That's just typical me. Anyway, let's get on with it. I've been playing The Flame in the Flood for several hours, and every time I died, I got a little better. The game takes you on a journey on a small fragile wooden craft. You as a player don't know what happened, there's not much backstory, and don't necessarily expect to get told why you are where you are. You quickly find out that you don't really have time to contemplate too much about why life is as it is, because you are in backwater America and you need to survive, and that is hard enough as it is. You start with a very small tutorial. You get a backpack and you get a few tips when you discover something new. Everything else is something you need to figure out for yourself. Things does not give you much explanation. Your bag can't hold everything you pick up, and you are slowly dying from thirst, hunger, and whatever disease you might contract along the way. I hope I've set the theme here for you, because this is survival and this is brutal. In this brutal world, you will also find a beautiful world with great soundtrack that fits the game perfectly. On my journey through the world, I never made it past the first region, and I wouldn't consider myself bad at survival games. This was just really too hard for me. You will encounter other animals that you can trap and kill, you can meet some people you can trade with, and there are several things you can craft and improve on your journey. But don't expect this game as being a game you pick up and don't die. There's a lot of trial and error, and sometimes you're just blatantly unlucky. On my first playthrough, I had really hard time finding food. On my second playthrough, I couldn't find items to heal myself from wounds. So things shift, the items you find are different, and so are the locations. The game has a night and day cycle. It gets colder, so you need to get warm or have better clothing, and weather also means something. For example, when it rains you get wet. When you get wet, you can contract disease, which can kill you if you don't have medicine. This is a nice little game for people who like hardcore survival games, because how the game works, you will die again and again, and you have to accept that. And if you're not into those kind of games, this will probably not be a game for you. There are supposed to be checkpoints in the game, but I never found one, or I might not even have reached one. Your raft is fragile, and for me it took some time to figure out that you can't just upgrade it when you want to. You have to find a specific station to repair and upgrade, which makes it pretty hard if your durability gets low. And it will get low, because the raft is not easy to steer. Even figuring out how to deal with animals can be a death sentence. You can't cure the wounds you contract. Most animals you need to kill with traps or bows. Both of them are pretty hard. Traps of course needs to be set before you can spring them, and most of the time I got hit and attacked way before I could set them. Firing the bow was also pretty hard for me, and I never hit anything with the few arrows I had. I do feel a better starting tutorial would have helped me a lot along the way, and would probably have motivated me to try and push on to see more content. This game was just too hard for me, and I'm thinking that the beginning probably should help you a little bit more, just to give you an understanding of what you're doing. The game's main feature is survivability, and wanting to survive just gets more frustrating than fun, mainly because I'm having to die so many times to figure out what to do. But then again, that can also be the game's strong side. For people who really love hard games, and games do not need to cater to everyone, that's the beauty of it all. So, let's get to it, shall we? Should you buy it? It all depends on if you're a person who don't easily give up, even when it seems like things are unfair, and you can motivate yourself to keep trying just so you can see how far you can get and wanting to beat that score. Dying should not scare you, and retrying and starting over with almost nothing has to be appealing to you. Otherwise, I would not recommend the title to you, and I'm a bit sad saying that, because I totally love the game well, and I really love the music and feel like more people should get the chance to experience that for themselves. I thank you for watching this review of The Flame in the Flood, and I hope I've helped you in deciding if this is your new game, or maybe saved you some coin. If you like my video, I hope you'll consider subscribing, which you can do on the red button down below. I will hopefully see you next time.